Okay, so this is the sort of video, or this is the sort of project that I would have really liked to do a video on, but unfortunately, just due to the nature of how finicky working on something like this is and the fact that I'm one person, I don't have someone to hold a camera and do stuff all, fancy production style. Um, Basically, I turned a caulking gun into a butane-powered flamethrower. Uh, so it's one of those things where I had to work on so many weird angles and do so many different running back and forth, trim a piece with a Dremel inside and then run out to a garage and use a belt sander and all that sort of thing, that it was just really not feasible whatsoever to try and do a single thing. And it also went through a few different stages. So initially I had the transformer out here, and I was going to do the battery here, maybe two batteries, and I thought one battery would work. So I'll basically just go over the gist of it. Basically, this is one of those eBay 10,000 kilovolt transformers, and that's being powered by this 9-volt battery going through this relay. Turns out I needed relays to just separate the power for the solenoid and the transformer, because without that, the solenoid just doesn't fire. And then this is a Mac 3-way solenoid. I don't know if it's genuine, came from China. It looks like they're used to control boost circuits for turbocharged cars and supercharged cars, and that's running off of this battery. And then I have some test lead wire that's tinned at the ends. I would probably like to find something more robust than this, although these are easy to correct and tweak if I need to get the right spark gap. This I was also originally going to run at 9 volts, or 5 volts, sorry, with the 7805 there. It's super power hungry, and 5 volts just didn't give enough arc distance based off of what I did with the power supply earlier. And so, yeah, then that solenoid is running off of this relay here. The trigger is powered off of this, and it's just a little push button that loops in from there over to this switch here, which lets you toggle between the two modes. So I'll go ahead and put batteries in. So one of these modes is considered the safe mode, where it only actuates the solenoid. And you can probably hear that click if I bring it up to my microphone. So yeah, so that's basically considered the safe mode. That will dump butane out, but not ignite it. And then if you want to actually ignite it, you switch it over into this one, which has the red light for danger and for fire, and that actually triggers the high voltage transformer. I'll switch it back before I touch those to tweak the leads. That's where the tweaking is handy. So yeah, so then that fires both the solenoid and also the high voltage spark, and then that ignites the butane as it comes out. And then generally when you're done and you want to take the can out, you flip it back to safe mode, and then once the can is out, you'll want to just give it a couple clicks to let out the butane that's there. This is a fill port from an airsoft gun magazine. The magazine didn't work properly, and that's just mounted with some silicone tubing onto a barb fitting that has some of the orange triple thickness Teflon tape. Same Teflon tape on this output valve, or output of the valve. And then the mounting for the solenoid, which is unfortunately a little cocked sideways. Yeah, sorry, this is just a really big awkward thing to try and deal with. I guess I could have tried to go over the bench, but it doesn't give me the freedom of movement I need, because this is quite tall if I want to show you the end. Yeah, and then I had to make a shield for the front, basically to try and stop the solenoid from getting too much fire on it. So this is basically empty can, so I'll just show you essentially how you load it, but I will pull the batteries. So you basically knock this back. I decided to keep the whole length of that. You then put this in tip first, and you pop it in like that. And you give it 2 or 3 good squeezes. And then that is basically the firing position. So you have your, just keep a little bit of tension on there. You can see that it's seated into that fill valve. Yeah, this can is basically completely empty, but there was very minimal leaking. And then you can use the button to either just vent butane in the safe mode, or flick it into the danger mode and use the high voltage to ignite that. So I'll just cut in a quick clip of test fire from before I had these lights on it. And then I might do one during the day or something, so you can see it a bit better. And then when you're done, you take that back. And then it's a little bit of a struggle, but then you can pull the can out, and then you can go ahead, drop that back down, and it's nice and compact. So yeah, I added this grating to the gun, but aside from all the shit that's on it, this is just a bog standard 800 milliliter caulking gun. That's converted into a fun little flamethrower thing. No practical use, but I was really bored. I needed to take my mind off some shitty stuff that's going on right now. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of, overview video of how I built this thing, since, yeah, just filming the actual construction, it would have just been way too much of a hassle.